A coalition of 30 anti-corrupt civil society organizations have called on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) chairman Olanipekun Olukoyade to resign due to his failure to prosecute former Kano Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje despite overwhelming corruption allegations. Under the auspices of the Global Initiative for Corruption Eradication (GICE), the group said Ganduje, now the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, has evaded prosecutions multiple times. In a statement signed by its spokesperson, Comrade Anthony Onoja, the CSO recalled that Kano High Court scheduled his arraignment on April 17, 2024, but he and his wife failed to appear, showing blatant disregard for the law. He lamented that subsequent adjournment yielded the same result, with the judge eventually ruling that the defendant could be tried in absentia. GICE criticized EFCC for what it described as a selective prosecution, allowing high-profile individuals like Ganduje to go scot-free while targeting vulnerable political figures. The group cited 50 billion diverted local government fund, dollar video, and 1 billion naira probe as evidence of the EFCC's inaction.
The people now see the agency as a major conduit of misappropriation of public funds and a willing platform and tool for political persecution. While this perception has become increasingly prevalent in Nigerian populace, the agency has further justified and vindicated the majority of Nigerians that hold this view with its recent selective prosecution of all the corrupt public officers and allowing very corrupt ones to walk free after suppressing the will of justice from taking its full effect against them. The agency, contrary to its constant rebuttal, now keeps secret cows who can never be touched even if their corruption stinks to high heavens. An example of these cash cows that has continued to walk free despite the monumental corruption allegation against him is the former governor of Kano and the current national chairman of the ruling party, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. It will be recalled that the Kano High Court was to arraign the former Kano governor, Umar Ganduje, and his wife on April 17, 2024, over allegation of bribery and misappropriation of funds by the state government. Neither he nor his wife went to court. They also disrespected the court so much that they did not send a legal representation. The case was adjourned to 29th April, but was stalled again. No representation, no appearance. Ganduje was not present. The case was again adjourned to May 16, and on that day, arraignment was rescheduled to June 5th. Still, the former governor, who no longer has immunity under our instant law and is now above the law of Nigeria by virtue of being the chairman of the ruling party, did not show up. No representation still. The last arraignment was supposed to be July 11th. At the resumed proceedings on July 11th, Ganduje and his co-defendant were again absent. The judge declined a prayer by the prosecution counsel for a warrant of arrest, but ruled that the defendant could be tried in absentia.
According to Onoja, the continued silence of the EFCC despite numerous petitions, evidence, and protests, and the Kano state government undermines its credibility. GICE believes that EFCC has abandoned its original mandate, becoming a tool for the government to eliminate political rivals. While expressing support for President Bola Tinubu's efforts to combat corruption, the group warned against undermining its rule with unpopular actions.
We are in full support of Mr. President to turn this country around, but he must be mindful of those plotting to terminate the rule after 4 years with unpopular actions. They have formed themselves into a cabal and will be the first set of people to betray him. The EFCC cannot engage in a just fight against corruption, starting from within its rank. They should stop molesting vulnerable political figures. It is high time we saddle people with the real responsibility of tackling corruption in Nigeria and not executing dangerous political survival strategies for paymasters. 50 billion diverted local government fund, dollar video and 1 billion naira probe all swept under the carpet. It has been over 2,200 days since the dollar video scandal broke, and yet EFCC is still silent. We invite well-meaning Nigerians and relevant international organizations to rise up to the occasion and join in calling for the EFCC to stop insulting the sensitivity of Nigerians by calling for immediate arrest and prosecution of Ganduje, the chairman of Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC), must immediately resign his position if he fails to arrest and prosecute Governor Ganduje in line with our extant laws. Our group is of the considered view that perhaps if the EFCC in its current form is disbanded because of its constitutional illegality as pointed out by the state in the current case against the EFCC in the Apex Court, it will be able to perform its real function of stamping out corruption when its law is properly enacted.